Hi guys, welcome back to another video. In this one we're on Nick's 56 Oval Beetle. We've been doing some repairs to the framehead, the heater channels, front bulkhead, rear cross members, loads of little bits and bobs that needed doing to the channels that you'll see. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this one. So let's get into it. Okay, so Rich finished repairing the framehead, and we've moved on to the channels and the front bulkhead pieces. What we're going to do is brace the body up and cut the channels out of the body. But the body's quite nice really. We've got the original rear cross members need repairs, but where they meet the channel, it's got all the original. It's all in the right place, and the mounting points there, and they are all good to use as a guide. So what we will do, we'll get the body brace and the channels off, and then position the body over the chassis with the new channels. But before we can do that, we need to modify the driver's side channel. I'll explain why in a sec. But yeah, that new panel fits nice in the channels where that's welded, and then spot welds to the outer skin all the way along there, and the outer skin should sit. It should spot weld across that bottom flange there, which is on this side. It just needs moving back slightly because it's holding it away from there, but it's just spot welded down there, spot welded across there. So if when that's in the right place there, you see there's a bit that's flush now, so it just needs to go back a millimetre. But then we can get that spot welded around there like it was from the factory. You can see with the angle of that return lip, it's going back at an angle like this. It needs moving around, and that bottom lip needs moving back as well. Or else this is just, it's never gonna. That's how it should fit, and it's just the angle of that now is just it's completely wrong. So we need to modify these channels to get everything to fit right before we can go any further. So that's the first job. Okay, we've got the channels and the front bulkhead all where we want them there. The channels are all bolted in, both sides. Both of the channels meet the front bulkhead all the way around. Now we've reshaped them. We just need to trim off lip on the bottom, because obviously we moved that back so there's a bit more material hanging down there, so we need to tidy that up. We've got this sitting where we want, so we just put a little tack on it now just to hold it in place. So we're happy the channels and the bulkhead are in the right place, the line up. Just got these temporary cross members just to line the back of the channels up. So yeah, we're happy with the channels. So the next job is to brace the body up and get the channels out, and we're going to keep as much of the rear cross members as we can, get the front bulkhead out, and then we're going to put the body onto the floor pan and work from there. Then we'll work our way around and do the repairs on the body. But before we do that, while it's all still together, just, if you see there, we had this blasted at a new blasters, and which was a mistake, and they ended up warping it as far as push out there. It shows you. I can't really. It's popping in and out. It's oil canning because they've blasted it, and I think it's got hot and then cooled down. It's like when you're welding and shrunk. So we're gonna have to try and stretch that out now. We wanted to do it before we cut all the channels out, just while there's still some strength in it. Just before we start, got gone through the sweeps and got the one that fits that quarter the best. As you can see at the front there, it touches pretty much all the way. And move it into the middle. That's the warpage there. And as you get towards the back, it's a bit low there. I think the bottom just curves into the shape of the panel, but yeah, the shape comes back at the back. So it's quite a deep gap there. That's what we've got to sort out anyway. Right, Rich has been hammering this, and he's got it to about the right shape now. So get the sweep back on there, move it up. It's not perfect. Needs planishing a bit more, smoothing out, 'cause it's a little bit lumpy bumpy. But yeah, that's the same sweep, number 10 sweep that we had on it before. It's nice all the way across. Well, we've got the channels out on both sides now. Kept as much of the original metalwork as we can. We've been really careful to keep everything intact. I mean, it would have been easy to just chop it all out and sort it out after, but yeah, we've kept as much of the original stuff so we can use it as a reference when we fit it over the floor pan with the new panels. So that's ready to go. But we've got to modify the channels a little bit, because these Klassic Fab channels, where the heater pipe comes out the back, it's nothing like factory. So that's just a straight tube welded on. With the factory one, it's where them two marks are. So when you've got the bottom of the B post sits here, and the inner panel, the inner support piece comes down and welds across there and back up, and it'd never fit with this tube here. So the factory ones are like this, come out a bit further back and sort of twist around for the heater pipes to go out. So we've started on that side. We've cut it off and welded it up. We're going to trim it back, put a hole in, fit the original pieces. So yeah, we're doing that because we don't want to have to modify the original metalwork. We'd rather modify these panels, the replacement panels, to look factory. So we'll chop this off now and do the same as the other side, and then we can get the body and get the body over the chassis. Okay, so we've got the body fitted over the chassis now. We're going to take it off in a sec, but we're pretty confident it's in the right place. The front mounts line up with the beam. The original rear cross member line up, and so do the rear body mounts. So that's all sitting nice. Sits nice along where the channels will meet the front bulkhead. Where the channels are in there. It's all nice. So yeah, we're going to get the body off, and we've just spoke to Nick. He's just been able to have a look how we're getting on, and we've decided to change our approach for the rear cross member repairs. What we were going to do, because they're quite nice, we were going to do localised repairs on them and keep all these sections, just repair the outer sections using these. I think they're from Wolf Parts, possibly Vertinen, but they're for an earlier car. This skin is fine, won't really need a lot of work to make fit, and all the pressings are right. But the strength on the back is slightly different. If you can see what's left of the original, it goes all the way across this press section that comes down with a stud, and these ones that come with the, I'll show you on the inside, they're just different. So that's the, I'll fit that like that, and all this section's missing, and the stud's missing. So what Nick has decided to do is go for a pair of these, which are slightly different for a later car. All the supports there, that's right. Apart from, we need to just cut the top bit off, because that bit's not on this car, and we need to get rid of this return lip, because that's straight on these early cars, and weld some, make a couple of little panels and weld them on there, these little supports, just to make it look closer to factory. The only difference there will be these have got this rib just running down there, which is there. But other than that, a very slight different shape around the top of the hole there, but next to nothing. So that was the decision Nick came to anyway. He didn't want to spend a fortune on labour trying to make these work, just because they're for an earlier car, and we thought we could have chopped the ends off these and kept the originals, but for the amount of work it is, we're just going to get rid of them and spot weld these on as factory. So that's the plan now anyway. So we'll get the body lifted back up and start cleaning things up and getting the cross members off. both the rear cross members cleaned up, ready to go in. Just got to spot weld the supports on, and yeah, they're good to go. Okay, so we're finally getting somewhere with Nick's car now. As you can see, we've put the doors on just to check the gaps quick, but the channels are in the right place, fitting nice with the rear cross members. The rear cross members are fitting nice to the original luggage tray. Got some repairs to do around the corners. We need to raise these cross members up a little bit because it's not quite touching the original metalwork around there. I think there's just dipping down a little bit. So I'll sort that out before we get them welded in. Yeah, as you see, the heat channels, we've had the pipe removed and the hole welded up, ready to fit the originals back in. Yeah, so that'll all be done on the next video. Yeah, we've got same both sides, and we're also going to have to repair the original metalwork. It's rotten there. Probably do the same both sides. So yeah, that might be on the next one. But the next job is to do the A-post bottoms, and they're just tacked in. They're just tacked in at the minute. But once they're welded in properly, once these are all in, we can get the door gaps set. I'll show you the door gaps in a sec. Yeah, I think these are quite nice panels, but they're from Watercraft. But they've got the shape section there, whereas the car is it's flat all the way down. So I'll have to reshape. I'll reshape these panels. I'll drill the spot welds out and get rid of the inner strength, and we'll keep the original strength from the car if we can, or maybe just put a little piece of it in if it needs it, and we'll just fit the outer skin of the Watercraft panel. Yeah, once we've got them all welded in, we can get the door gap set, and then we still need to get the front bulkhead welded in. It's just tacked in at the minute, and the back skin needs repairing. So that'll probably be on the next video with the eye posts. Yeah, the gaps, they're not perfect, but they're nearly there. It's quite a parallel gap. Yeah, so the gaps are quite nice. I think what we're going to end up doing once the eye posts are in, we'll probably have to push the front of the car, push the dash forward slightly to take the top of the eye post forward, just to bring the swage line up just a little bit. because at the minute there's no weight in the doors. They're stripped down and they just want to sit. In fact, they're quite nice as they are. Not perfect, but yeah, once the A posts are in and we got them welded to the channels and the back sections welded in, we'll make sure the door gaps 951 mil, which is what they are from the factory. And then once that's all done, we can move the body around and get the gaps exactly where we want them. So yeah, that's the next job. So that's where we are with it at the minute. Okay, that's it for this video. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. If you have, please remember to hit the like and subscribe, as it really helps us out. And yeah, check back for the next video where we'll be doing the A posts and some of the other bits around the channels, finishing the heater pipes off and the other bits and bobs. But yeah, the next one should be good. So I'll see you then. Cheers.